Hey guys, Marcus Malone with HRO and the Broker Collective. Hope you're having a good start to your week so far. My question to you today is, are you selling on price or are you selling on value? I know everybody always likes to say that they're a value seller, they take a consultative approach, but we see it day in and day out. It just doesn't seem to be the case for a lot of sales folks. They kind of always, I think, often naturally revert back to focusing in on the price, and that's easy to do in an insurance market as well, right? I mean, it's oftentimes your prospects looking for a more competitive rate for workers' comp or whatever it may be, so it's easy to fall in that trap of just selling on price and then thinking about selling based on value, relating that to the insurance space. And I'm not the insurance expert. I know many of you guys are, but in the insurance space, it's not the easiest thing in the world to come in there and deliver value. I mean, there are a few different ways you can go about it, right? I mean, everybody, if you're appointed with the same carriers as everybody else, I mean, you can kind of you guys are bringing a lot of times the same proposals to the table, right? If you go to the same carriers with the same information, you're going to get the same pricing as the next guy down the street. So how do you really sell based on value? And so a few things that I think are important to be able to do that, are a few different ways to be able to go about being a value-based salesperson. You've really got to focus on perfecting your craft. And so if you're in the insurance space, I mean, and it takes time, right? I mean, over the years of doing this, just like, the industry space that I'm in with HR and payroll, over the years, you really develop your expertise and become a true expert and really, understand things at such a deeper level. It does make it a little bit easier to get in there and create value, but it really all starts with solving problems, right? It starts with solving a problem. And so you can come in there and create value by being the salesperson, by being the agent who can solve problems. But to be able to solve a problem, and this is where a lot of people get it wrong, you got to be able to identify the problem, right? Not the thing that you perceive as a problem, but your client, your prospect, they have to recognize that problem as well. And many times, we're mad that a sale didn't go through because, we thought we saw all these reasons why the prospect should do it. This is a no-brainer. They have to do this. And then they don't. And then you look back and ask yourself the question, did the client see, did they acknowledge and recognize those problems that you saw, right? Did they see the solution, clearly? Were the problems clearly identified and agreed upon? And so that's an important part of the process. The more that you can become an expert and really be able to come in there and solve problems and not just say, okay, you guys have, XYZ coverage in place. Let me go bring some quotes back and we'll see if we can find a carrier that's got a better rate. Great. We can all do that. That's the easy part. But the hard part is being able to sit down with the business owner and help them maybe identify problems, identify needs that maybe they didn't even know existed, or help them kind of predict or forecast, what their needs may be or what their risk may be based on, your understanding of their business, where they're going with their business. Maybe that next year they're going to be working in some different states with some different laws or regulations, or they're going to be growing, doubling their business over the next 5 years, or they're going to be opening a new division in their company. Like, the more you get in there and you consult with your client, you really understand like where they're going with their business, and it helps you understand more clearly what the needs are. You're able to identify problems and needs in areas that a lot of other agents aren't gonna see those things. So that's one way to go about it, right? Being the experts, identifying problems, solving the problems. And then another thing that I think is super critical, and this is where, we've had so much success with HRO and the Broker Collective partnering with insurance agents, is, as an agent, being able to bring something different to the table, right? You're not just bringing the same insurance products as the next guy down the street, right? You need more resources in your tool belt. You need more resources to bring, more ways that you can help the client, solve problems and improve and enhance their business. And so we're doing that day in and day out here at the Broker Collective, partnering with agents and equipping them to be able to bring in the HR and payroll solution, right? And so, that's one way to go about it. We're seeing so many agents now that are turning to us, especially a lot of agents who are, that maybe had a mix of commercial and they had some personal lines, and now they're seeing those personal lines markets get hit really hard. They're losing some of their revenue stream, and they're thinking, okay, what can I do to kind of diversify a little bit and be different? And so we're seeing a lot more agents in the past, month or so really reaching out, seeing how we can plug into their agency and help them go out there and win more business. But being able to bring new and powerful resources to your clients that other agents can't. And that's what we're doing here again, coming into these companies and being able to help our agency partners bring a 360, well-rounded solution to their clients to increase their retention, to make those clients stickier, to give them something that the other agents aren't able to bring to the table. And so I just wanted to share that. I mean, I think it's, this is kind of in line with the conversation I had a week or so ago about the importance of being different. And if somebody asks you that question, how are you different? You should have a very clear answer for that. But you should also know, are you a price seller? Or are you selling on value? Which direction do you lean? Interested to know your thoughts. Definitely leave a comment if you have anything to share. Hope you have a great rest of your week.